scrubber area. Now let's have a look at the scrubber area. This is the area where the tables will stand, with on top of them the packaging material, and above the packaging material there will be the sprinkling lines. Starting from the drop-off, there should be a 2% decline along the total depth of the scrubber. The construction requirements of the scrubber area are similar to the pressure chamber. The concrete floor must be carrying a load up to 400 kg per square meter. Again, local standards must be taken into consideration. The coating must be sufficient to water, ammonium concentrations up to 50 ppm, and capable of dealing with a pH of 2. Also, when using a chemical air scrubber, it should be resistant for ammonium sulfate. When using a biological scrubber, it's strongly recommended that you use this coating as well. You don't need to build the complete scrubber area out of concrete. It can also be done with plastic panel walls. This is cheaper and more easily to clean, and it's already resistant to the environment. Of course, check this with your local supplier. A tension point is the area where there is overlap, so that there won't be leaking points. The process bed. The aim of the process bed is to collect the process water and that the pumps can suck it up again. This happens by sloping the floor of the scrubber area. And the process bed must be a suction pipe for drainage possibilities. The process bed in details. The floor of the technical room must be 300 mm above the lowest point of the scrubber area. At the orange marked positions, there must be a 300 mm water flow surface so that the water can move around without limitations. The width of the pit is always 800 mm and 1000 mm deep. The length of the pit is depending on the amount of pumps that you will have. The amount of pumps is depending on the size of the scrubber. You will need a 15 mm lip to support the skid, and against the floor and the walls of the pit should have a coating. If suitable, there should be a 160 mm pipe. This makes it possible for sucking up any dirt, sludge or sediment. Check local regulations if you are allowed to build the pipe like this. Sprinkling room. Another part of the scrubber area is the sprinkling room. It should be built same as the scrubber area or pressure chamber. Keep in mind this area has a 100% relative humidity. This room is accessible from out the pressure chamber, and here are the drip catchers mounted. When using a scrubber slave, it's important that you make a connection bit, so the process water moves towards the process bed. Details of this bit are similar as the process bed, but details will be provided by us. This was all the information regarding the scrubber area.